What drives Saudi Arabia's foreign policy?
Years ago, the Harvard political scientist Nadav Safran wrote a book called Saudi Arabia, The Ceaseless Quest for Security. Since its founding, Saudi Arabia has been concerned about how do you keep the country safe. It has a dangerous neighborhood. And so Saudi Arabia has always sought to build relationships, especially with the United States, that would keep Saudi Arabia safe. But part of the driver behind Saudi Arabia building a close relationship with China is they want China to feel that it has an interest in Saudi security, and the Chinese-Iranian relationship means that China can keep Iran at bay.
How does Saudi Arabia view its ties to the United States, Russia, and China, respectively?
You know, the United States was present at the creation for Saudi Arabia. There's a special role the United States plays. And again, I think the Saudis picked the United States because they were confident the United States wouldn't try to become an imperial power and exploit Saudi Arabia. That being said, there also was a sense that Saudi Arabia needed more options. There was an effort several years ago to deepen ties with China, partly because China was such an important market, but I think also to send a message to the United States that Saudi Arabia had more options.
Is there anything notable about Saudi Arabia's relationship with Russia?
You know, Russia's a major energy exporter. And at the beginning of the COVID pandemic, when there was a price war between Russia and Saudi Arabia, both sides got hurt. You know, China's a place that the Saudis think this country has a future. I've never spoken to a Saudi who thinks that Russia has much of a future.
Does the Saudi leadership seem to worry about how the global order works at all?
I don't think they do. I think they see themselves in a position where they can get who they need to get on the phone when the time comes. That's the way Saudi Arabia works, that the way you get services is you can get a senior person to respond. I think the Saudis are quite confident they can always get senior people to respond, whether it's in Beijing or Moscow or Washington. I don't ever get a sense they care about how the whole system works. They care about being able to advance the interests of Saudi Arabia because there's so much of a concentrated power structure. They've been very good at getting the attention of world leaders when they want the attention of world leaders.